Hey, Soul Tribe. It's your girl, Stacy. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Remember that time is fluid. So whenever you see this message, it's when you're meant to see it. It's a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone, so please only take what resonates and leave the rest. Today is October 5th. 6:45 a.m. Sunday. Yeah, it is Sunday morning. But anyway, come on, sit down, have your coffee and tea with me. And let's talk about what's going on. Let's talk about what's going on in the energy. I was sitting here just thinking like, me doing my little spiels in the beginning of the video. Who we starting? We're gonna start with the Modern Witch. Remember that I said that. All right, let's get ready to go. Ain't no music, no background music today. It's just us. Yeah. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like I need it this morning. What you think? That's interesting. Interesting. What is the message for the collective spirit? I'm in a healing energy this morning. I can tell. That's where I'm hoping that the message goes. You know, I was washing my face and getting ready, combing my hair and shit, you know. And I walked into the bathroom. I said, "Good morning, gorgeous." Brought out that Mary J. Blige. And was like, yes, you know, like reach yourself in the morning. You know what I mean? Reach yourself in the morning. And I also was thinking about how a lot of her music came through her experiences, her pain, right? So she transmuted that shit into power, into money, nigga. Some lucrative things. She got some platinum albums out there, you know what I'm saying, with all the shit that she's been through, right? And she made music by it. So yeah. And what else came through for me this morning? Okay. Alright. Spirit said if it was important, you would remember it. I said, ooh, come on now, because Spirit said try to I remember. Try to, be more self-centered in your energy, your focus, okay? Yes, you can be there and support others and stuff, but don't focus so much on the past, who did what, how things turned, just focus on moving forward, right. We need to support each other, especially us in this community here. And I'm not just saying, we got to support everybody. No. Whoever you're being called to support, that's who you should be supporting. If you listen to your intuition, if you trust your spirit guide, you know what I mean? Because this is just like having coworkers. You know what I mean? Period. In this industry with coworkers. And not just that in the tarot community. Me specifically, I feel like as far as women are concerned in general, we really need to start stepping up and covering each other and having each other's back, because I don't know if y'all noticed it or not, but everybody the fuck against us, men included. You understand? Those that were supposed to protect us, we were made from their rib, apparently. I don't know. You feeling me? I ain't trying to go there right now, right? I love God, so I ain't finna fuck with that. But until more is revealed. How about that? But, they were supposed to be our protectors, you know what I'm saying? And now we find ourselves having to defend ourselves against them. Not just with abuse and neglect and stuff like that. I'm even talking about those that are transgender or have taken on the feminine role. You know what I mean? They've attacked. It's not physical. Don't get me wrong. Understand what I'm saying? It's like they created a more competition for us. And you feel me? In a way, it's like now we have to. Some of them they look just like us. You know what I'm saying? And the men like them. Listen, I'm gonna speak my truth. I ain't got nothing against nobody, but the truth is the truth. We are on the brink of becoming extinct, like we're not gonna be needed. Understand that? And people are treating us as if we're not fucking needed. You understand what I'm saying? When we are the keepers of the earth, the birthers of the earth, the world. If it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be here. And they want to act as if they don't need us, like they don't need God. You hear me? So, and I'm just saying, let me get off of that. But we need to watch out for each other, especially when we all gonna go through this transformation. I know I have. I've had to ask for help. When my father died, right? I didn't have a lot of support. I had to ask people for help so I can get to his funeral, and I'm so grateful that people did. They stepped up and they helped me. You know what I mean? So, we just need to be aware and mindful of, how we come at each other, because regardless of who we are and what we do, we are a dying fucking breed. So let's not allow that shit to happen. Let's not have that infighting, because we got to protect each other from what's happening on the outside of us. We are the mothers and the keepers of the earth. We don't need to be fighting each other. Our races do that, and other people outside our race do that for us. And now what? Come on, man, for real. Women and children first. I'm just saying. Spirit said of the original gender. I'm just saying. That's what I heard. All right. Remember. Look, betrayal, the moon. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, we've been betrayed by everyone around us that we thought loved us, right? Cared for us, respected us. They've shown us in so many ways over so many lifetimes they don't respect us. We are the weakest link, right? We're the creators and the birthers, but man, listen, they won't even want to give us credit for it. And they ain't talking about black people shit. I'm talking about women shit. Thank you, Spirit. What's the message for the collective soul, Spirit? What do they need to hear today? Let's just not tear each other down when we need to really, really be building each other up. All right? Because, listen, in a minute, they're going to try to say that we're not fucking worthy. They're going to start treating us like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're some kind of slaves and shit that we should bow down to them. That shit ain't finna happen. And I'm not talking about black people. I'm talking about women. Y'all see The Handmaid's Tale? Thank you, Spirit. Five of Swords. Somebody could be working against you, using others to do their dirty work. My spirit said putting a battery in somebody's back. What's going on here, Spirit? Somebody putting a battery in somebody's back to try to hurt you in some way. Look at this shit. They did. You could be recovering from some kind of or getting over recovering. Thank you, Spirit. From some kind of betrayal, or could be gossip. Could be some kind of actions, something to hurt your feelings, to make you cry, to make you, feel like You don't understand. You have to reevaluate. This is something you didn't see, you weren't expecting. I didn't say you didn't see coming, because you might have seen it coming, but you wasn't expecting it. You was hoping that it didn't go that way, but it might have, and you realizing that there was somebody in the background that was Eight of Swords. Wow, that's a lot of swords right out the gate. Could be dealing with an air sign. You could be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Yeah, there's a lot of swords out here. A lot of communication, a lot of things being said. Somebody said something to hurt your feelings, or yeah, somebody could have, coerced somebody to do something or say something to hurt your feelings, to bring you some kind of pain. Some of you guys could not be feeling well. Overcoming something. We got the Eight of Swords here. Somebody could feel, oh yeah, trapped now by what they did, what they said. Somebody could be in regret for what they said to you. Yeah, we got a King of Pentacles here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, heavy Taurus. Yeah, now somebody's in their feelings. I don't know why I'm seeing somebody pee on themselves. Somebody could be scared. Somebody could be in jail. Somebody don't know what's going to happen, what's going on. They can't see what's going on because of all the shit that they've been doing, all the lies and communication, all the actions that they've taken. Yeah, somebody's scared now. We got the Hermit and the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So Hermit or Queen and the Queen of Wands could have something to do with this. That's what's hidden. What else is hidden? Judgment. Ooh, this Queen of Wands is under judgment. That's what's hidden. What else is hidden? Judgment, that you moved on. You made a decision to move forward. After all the betrayal and all the 5 and 4 is 9. 9 of Swords, yeah. Somebody put 9 swords in your back. Somebody could be crying. Yeah, judgment, that you took a leap of faith. I seen a teardrop, a coffee drop just came rolling down my cup. That's why I seen that. Seen somebody crying. What's going on here, Spirit? One more. Yeah, now somebody feels like they can't get away. They bound themselves. Or somebody wanted you bound. All right, somebody wanted you sick, bound. I don't know. We got the 7 of Pentacles here. Somebody invested in something. They didn't get what they thought they was going to get with this world here. The cycle close is over. You took a leap of faith. And now somebody's bound by what they done, what they said, what they invested in. Now you looking at that shit. It ain't what you thought it was. And this also could, 7 of Pentacles. Closing out a cycle. You could be creating new things for yourself. Planting new seeds for yourself, Maybe that's what you had to do. 7. This could have been over like 7 years. Something could have happened over the course of 7 years. And 1 pentacle over there that the King of Pentacles have got. 7 and 1 is 8. 8 of Pentacles is putting in the work. Somebody didn't put in the work. You put in more. You put in most of the work in this situation, and this person was lazy. This person held on to their money. They didn't invest. They didn't help you. Come on, Spirit. This King of Pentacles did not. They sat on the throne. They looked the part, but they held on to their pentacles. You know what I'm saying? They didn't invest. They held back from you. They held out from you. What's going on, His Spirit? And you put in a lot of work. Man, listen. This person did not help you. You put in all the work. You learned some hard lessons. You closed the cycle out. This was a selfish, lazy person. Somebody could have Peter Pan syndrome. Somebody could have look young. It could be a young energy. I don't know. I want to say 30s, 40s maybe. Maybe. All right. Yeah, excuse me. What's going on, His Spirit? What's this? 10 of Wands. Look at that. Yeah, somebody created a lot of burdens for you. A lot of things that you had to carry alone. The bills, the whatever, you know. Work, life, children, your own stability. You had to do it all by yourself, and somebody wanted you to have it that way, to be that way. Yeah, because they created all these burdens for you so that you would have to carry them by yourself. Maybe you weren't supposed to even be able to carry them. How about that? But you did. Look, 8 of Cups. You walked away from this after long consideration, right? With this 4 of Swords. After long consideration. After having to carry all these burdens by yourself. I mean, with 10 Wands, it's like you did it. You know what I'm saying? You came to the end of that shit. And when you, listen, 10 of, you came to the end of that. Those burdens. You walked away. You made a decision, you know. If you had to do it by yourself, those around you, they were just there. You put in all the work. Nobody was there to help you. People sat back and watched. Somebody was holding something that belongs to you. You could have been investing in something and wondering, you know, why something wasn't the way it was supposed to be. I feel like this King of Pentacles hid something from you. I feel like they withheld something from you. Look at that. 9 of Swords and the 10 of Cups. Yep, that could have brought you happiness, joy, family, stability, emotional fulfillment, the Moon, and the 3 of Wands. Look at that. Yeah, somebody's in regret about that shit. Now they went from the 8 to the 9 because you walked away. Guess what? You weren't supposed to walk away. This is somebody. Why did this person do this? Because why now that you walk away are they in regret? Did they think that you were going to come back? Was this some kind of tactic to make you fucking need them? Was it, Spirit? What's the Moon? What's under the Moon? 3 of Wands, 7 of Cups. So that you would be confused. So that you wouldn't know what to do and which way to go. Except to come back to them, right, Spirit? The Sun. This person could have been working with somebody else, with some kind of deity under the moon. Yep. Wearing a mask. Yep. Hiding. Doing something in secret. Don't want people to know it. Don't want people to see them. Look, to betray you. I can't make it up. Yep, this is somebody that goes and does something undercover. They don't want nobody to know that they fucking been doing this shit. That's why that's why they wearing a mask. Naked, though. They're naked. Transparent. Something they go and do at night. Something they do at night. They gather together at night under the moon. Like a masquerade party or something like that. That's giving me one of those Columbo Columbo shows. Like, I remember one about when they used to video. It was a show. It was back about 70s, 80s when they were videotaping satanic and sadistic, you know, things, and people were standing around and watch. It was supposed to be just some kind of like a reality show, but it turned into something really happening to somebody. But they were, it was about sex and stuff like that. So that's the kind of energy I'm picking up. Somebody could like do things under darkness. Two or one. See, I don't want to get in cult. It's some kind of cult. Somebody could be in a cult. Yeah. Two of wands. Having a choice. Somebody didn't want you to have a choice. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But I feel like with this Seven of Pentacles up here, you didn't have a choice, right? So maybe thought somebody wanted you to feel like your only choice would be, you know what I'm saying, to come back. But no, you made a decision to go ahead. That's why the cycle's here. That's why this world's here. This closing of the cycle. You realize that you put a lot of investment in something and somebody was sabotaging the whole fucking thing. You hear me? Somebody was sabotaging your life, your family life, your everything, your stability. Somebody really was trying to make it really hard for you to be able to balance your life out, man, to get things. Yeah, somebody created a lot of obstacles. They gave you a lot of burdens to carry. It's like if it ain't one thing, it's another, creating drama and chaos in your relationships. You feeling me? So like if you're already going, let's say you're going through a divorce. Now somebody's creating drama with your kids. Now you're dealing with divorce and the kids. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could be doing spell work over your money now, your bills are becoming, somebody wanted you to have a lot to juggle. Thank you, Spirit. I can't make it up. And you realize that. Yeah. You made a decision. Yeah, you made a decision. Yep, to exclude, to walk away from this devil. I can't make it up. You knew that this was a toxic bond. Yes. And listen. If you ain't gonna be with me, you're gonna be with nobody. You hear me? This is what somebody wanted. If you wasn't gonna be with them, if you wasn't gonna do it the way they wanted it done, if you wasn't gonna deal with their toxicity, nobody's gonna help you. You know what I mean? Listen, Two of Swords under the Eight of Cups. And somebody also wanted you to be being very toxic. They wanted you to be bitter, resentful, vengeful. Even to the point where maybe you felt like you were unworthy, right? So that you would be out here trying to, come on, Spirit, trying to get validation. Somebody wanted you to feel invalid, so that you were constantly seeking validation. Ooh-wee! Come on, Spirit, King of Swords. Listen. Two of Swords, yes. You realize that. You had a choice to make. You came to a crossroads in your life. You realize that, trying to have this 10 of Cups with this person meant that you had to bind yourself to some shit that you wasn't in alignment with you. Yes, sir. Listen, put that work in. King of Swords, you speak some kind of truth here. This is what you do for work. You're a truth speaker. You're not judgmental, but you're a fair person. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. Not that what you feel is right is always right in everybody's eyes. That's not that. You're very how do you call that? When Spirit, y'all know what I'm talking about. Just like a judge would have to be. They would have to, take themselves out of the situation, their emotions or their any experience around the situation, and be fair and, look at 10 of Swords. Listen. What's under here? Six of Pentacles. Everything is fine. Yeah. Something could be done about. I said you do something. You could speak online. You could be on a platform with that King of Swords and that Eight of Pentacles. Because I see here, everything is fine. So this is telling me right now, you could do something online. If somebody tried to attack your character, somebody could have tried to attack your platform. Definitely try to character assassinate you. That's what I heard. Somebody tried to character assassinate you. They didn't want you given to others. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look, 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 look. This is who you are, the High Priestess. Look at you. That's who you are, the Queen of Cups. Wow. Remember what I talked about, how we got to be there for each other? Remember when I just said that, ladies? I'm speaking to the ladies. And especially the ones that are in this industry, because this is where we work. You know, we have to respect each other, right? We should. So, you know, out here bashing other, listen, that's not your walk. That's not your platform. You know, it's room for everybody because God has a purpose for every single body, right? And, you know, I'm not even going to speak on who, you know, about any, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's you, collective. Very balanced energy. The sun. The sun that come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Little Annie. Somebody name could be Annie. Six of Pentacles, yes. You give. You serve. You're a helper. Yeah, you do this. This is your job. High Priestess, yes, with the laptop on your lap, absolutely. Yes. And what you're saying is the truth. Our spirit said you knew that you had a purpose. You knew what your purpose was. Somebody, this energy here, when they blackballed you, spirit said, when they blackballed you, basically what they did was they cut off your source from those around you. You are the water. You were the water bearer, the emotions, the love, the nurturer, the grower. You were the one with that energy. You were the one that was here to pour into them. And there was a jealous individual that blocked all those avenues. So it wasn't your loss, because what happens, right? What happens when something's blocked? It goes the other way, right? It goes the other fucking way. You just give to others. Period. They didn't stop anything. What they did was they blocked their own fucking blessings. That's what I heard. They blocked their own blessings. Yeah. By following the leader. Thank you, Spirit. By following the leader. By wanting to stay in this toxicity. By watching you and forcing you into hard, situations where you had to carry your load by yourself. It was purposely done. It was purposely done. Somebody infiltrated all your people around you, to not support you, to watch you carry, because this person wanted you to double back, to say you made a mistake, that you can't do it by yourself. Ha, ha, ha. You were the water. You were the cup bearer. The Ace of Cups is specific. The Queen of Cups specifically. You were the High Priestess, very intuitive. You could be a water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You don't have to be. Okay? You, in turn, pour into others. And this is what you talk about. This is what you're talking about on your platform, how to help others. That's what you did. So they blocked their own blessings. They didn't stop you from being who you were. They just stopped it from coming fucking them. Dummy. Let's get some in. What we gonna cards at, y'all? Don't play with me. Alright, let's get the there's another deck I wanted to use. Okay. I thought I had the other night. Let's get the Fortune Teller Oracle. This is the Fortune Teller Oracle, guys. We're gonna close this out. You were the cup bearer. Yes, sir. What we got here? A powerful transformation is underway. Trust the process. A powerful transformation is underway. Trust the process. What else am I collecting? So, yep, somebody followed somebody right down to a abandoned riverway. There was no water. There's no nurturing, no love. Yeah, they convinced people to cut you off when they was really cutting off their own supply. Ooh-wee. Somebody tricked people into cutting off their own supply. Come on, Spirit. What we got here? A chance encounter will bring you great fortune. All right. A chance encounter will bring you great fortune. So this could be you running into somebody, meeting somebody, helping somebody. You hear me? What we got? Look how these cards coming out of my hand. It says, a hidden power within you is awakening. Embrace it. Two more. What else, Spirit? And you are the high priestess, so you could have a lot of other gifts that you're about to tap into. Yes. Spirit, what's this one? We have the path ahead. The path ahead is illuminated. Follow the light. One more. Ooh, that's too many. That's too many. Just one, please. Okay, thank you. It says, a mystical connection will bring you unexpected allies. Wow. Friends, soul tribe, right? People that are like-minded like you, people that feel the same way you feel about people, you know? Yeah, allies, people that get it, right? People that understand exactly what you mean, where you're coming from, because they too have experienced something similar. Right? May not be the same thing, but the emotions, that feeling, oh, that's universal, baby. Just like this is the universal, I'm choking, right? Come on. All right, let me get one Alice for my ladies and gentlemen, please, and thank you. Baby. Look, use your time well, though. But that ain't it. They ain't how I want it. I think I'm just going to pull from the deck because I want to avoid all that. Give me just one, please. We have painting the roses red, covering up errors. Ooh, so what is this? Who is this that's trying to hide something? This gives me this gives me the Seven of Pentacles in Alice in Wonderland, right? How that little man was trying to paint the roses red. Let's read what it talk about. Covering up errors. Somebody just trying to cover up a mistake, or trying to pretend that they. Let's see what it says. 27. Let's see what it says. Okay, painting the roses red, covering up errors. Would you tell me, please, said Alice, a little timidly, why you were painting those roses? 5 and 7 said nothing but looked at 2, and 2 began in a low voice. Why, the fact is, you see, miss, this here ought to have been a red rose tree, and we put a white one in here by mistake. And if the queen was to find out, we should all have our heads cut off, you know. Ooh, somebody tried to replace you. Ooh. They planted the wrong seed, spirit. Ooh, they planted the wrong seed. They didn't get what they looked. And the queen is not pleased. Ooh, child. Spirit, okay, we all make mistakes. Every single one of us upon this planet has made a mistake. We misunderstood, done something that wasn't quite correct, and mixed things up rather terribly. Today, people often complain and want perfection. Much like the dreaded queen, they behave as if they have the right to cut people's heads off, to punish them if they have not carried out their assignments perfectly. Ooh-wee. The same applies to our soul assignments. Despite what our soul would best enjoy learning, we humans often misunderstand misunderstand, head off in another direction and make some rather wonderful mistakes. Thankfully, unlike the Queen, our soul will not punish us. I don't know why I'm reading it like that. But we do need to do some work to make things right. While you may be tempted to cover things up and not be open about what has happened, mm, especially perhaps to yourself, it truly is best to see what can be done. If this relates to you on an everyday level and you are working for a person who will be unkind or cruel if you do not perform tasks perfectly, wow, then you may need to find a way to peacefully escape the situation. So somebody could have somebody that's very a tyrant kind of energy. This could be somebody that criticizes you when you don't, if you make a mistake or you don't do something right. This could also be somebody that don't know how to fucking do it themselves. How about that shit? And they're forcing you to do what they don't even fucking know how to do either. And by being a torrent over you, makes you feel like they know what they're doing, but they don't even fucking know either. That's what I heard. While you may be tempted to be kind, cruel if you do not perform tasks perfectly, then you may need to find a way to peacefully escape the situation. That way you can enjoy white roses just as they are without fear of making a mistake. Some of you could be trying to be something somebody else wants you to be. And your true spirit, your true nature keeps showing and you keep trying to hide it. Don't do that. The way you can enjoy that way you can enjoy white roses just as they are without fear of making a mistake or making things even worse because you feel you must cover up an error to avoid punishment. White roses are perfect and lovely and innocent. Wow. This could be definitely about with the cup energy. Let's keep going. White roses are perfect and lovely and innocent. Do not try to cover up anything within yourself that you feel is not right. Come on now. For fear of being punished or not presenting or behaving to expectations. That's exactly what this fucking King of Pentacles was doing. Let me tell you something. This is somebody that wanted you to do what they wanted you to do the way they fucking wanted you to do it. They may have people around them that's scared to fucking confront this person. They're scared if they don't do things the way this person fucking wants, they're gonna lose something some fucking how. Yeah, lose this motherfucker's grip on you. Divination. Working for or being in a relationship with someone who is harsh on those who make mistakes. I just said that. Feeling forced to cover up errors to avoid punishment. Fear of mistakes being discovered. Hiding the evidence as the consequences are much harsher than the mistake. Feeling that what you need to do to stay safe is no longer reasonable. Yeah, you left this situation. And some of y'all may need to go ahead, man, for real. You could be dealing with somebody that's very overbearing, a narcissist in a sense, right? Somebody that will belittle you, But you gotta ask yourself, why do I stay here when this motherfucker treats me like this? That's the question you need to ask. What is they got that you need, that you feel like you can't fucking accomplish on your own? Because you can do anything by yourself. Somebody need to hear that. And some of y'all walk the fuck away from this shit too. With the 10 of Wands, some of y'all did get up and get the fuck on. Excuse my French, y'all, but it is what it is. Some of y'all did. Some of y'all got tired of painting the fucking roses red to make other people fucking happy when you were miserable. And you was fucking smart. You were white roses. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Somebody tried to make you feel like, that you being a white rose wasn't good enough. Somehow, right? Wasn't as valuable. I told you somebody tried to fuck with your value. They really did. But anyway, that's the message, collective. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I will see ya. Peace. Y'all stay up.